The procedure for the Rockwell hardness test consists of 8 steps, which we will discuss next. First, the specimen is loaded onto the machine's platter. The surface of the specimen should be flat and parallel to the machine's platter, and should have a smooth surface finish. The specimen is positioned so that it is directly underneath the indenter. Shown here is the diamond cone indenter. Remember that since the indenter is a cone, its diameter starts at 0 and increases linearly. So this means that when the indenter contacts the specimen, as the depth of the indentation increases, the diameter of the indentation also increases. The second step is to adjust the position of the specimen. Move the specimen so that the indenter will not contact the specimen too close to any edge of the specimen, or any howel, or other special feature on the specimen. If D is the diameter of the indentation, then the center of the indenter should be 2.5 D away from the edges of the specimen or any other hole or feature on the specimen. This is to avoid edge bulging, which would render the reading invalid. Also, the indentation should be at least the larger of 2 mm or 4 indentation diameters away from any previous indentations that were made on the specimen. The third step is to bring the specimen into contact with the indenter, by raising the platter, on which the specimen is placed. The graph at the bottom of this slide shows the indentation depth versus time. Notice that the red circle on the graph indicates the position of the indenter, which is currently right at the test surface. The fourth step is to apply the minor load of 10 kg, by raising the platter, on which the specimen is placed. There is a preliminary force dwell time of 6 seconds. This means that the load stays on at the same value for 6 seconds, and hence the indenter stays in contact at the same depth for 6 seconds. After that, the machine records the first penetration depth of the indentation. The major load, which can be 60, 100 or 150 kg depending on the hardness scale used, is then applied. The load is maintained for a total force dwell time of 5 seconds. In step 6, the major load is removed by lowering the platter, on which the specimen is placed. There is a recovery dwell time of 8 seconds. After that, the second penetration depth is measured. The minor load is then removed by lowering the platter, on which the specimen is placed. Finally, the machine calculates and displays the hardness number. It should be noted that the higher the hardness number, the smaller the dwell times need to be. Furthermore, the ball indenters require less dwell times than the cone indenter. The numbers quoted here for the dwell times are the recommended ones for a Rockwell hardness C test, using the cone indenter with a load of 150 kg, on a material with a hardness number of 25.